A lack of scoring in this first half. This has been anything but a normal night, and it's been anything but normal on the football field. Neither team scored in the opening quarter as Bridgeport took the opening possession, held the football for just about 5 minutes, went from their own 47 down to the Bulldog 20-yard line, turned it over on downs on a 4th and 1 as Martinsburg able to stop Aiden Paulson for no gain on the play. Then the Bulldogs take over from their own 20. They drive the football for almost 6 minutes from the 20 down to the 7-yard line where the Dogs go for it on a 4th down and 1, and Ezra Bajent gets tripped up. He falls down right at the line of scrimmage, and the Bulldogs turn it over on downs. Bridgeport would take the next possession and run just 2 plays before quarter number 1 was already in the books. Well, in that second quarter, with 11:24 to play in the half, Bridgeport was forced to punt for the first time, and Martinsburg would take that possession from their own 43 and put together the only scoring drive so far. 4 plays, 57 yards, 1 minute and 6 seconds. It started with a Hudson Clement end around or jet sweep where he ran for 17 yards. Then Ezra Bajent connected with Cash Gideon for 7, 22 yards on a pass completion as Bajent hit Jacob Barrick. That set the football up at the 11-yard line, and it was a touchdown pass to Hudson Clement on a quick wide receiver screen. Clement breaking 1 tackle inside the 5, went in for pay dirt. The extra point up and good for Brent Terwilliger and Martinsburg with a 7-0 lead, and that is where we stand at the half. Nick, your thoughts?
Well, one good thing that even though we didn't have, every full broadcast going, you didn't miss much in the scoring column. Only a 7-0 lead for Martinsburg, but a really defensive first half. It's been both teams kind of controlling the clock. Martinsburg's doing a good job of slowing down this Bridgeport offense. Really only one scoring opportunity, and when they got that opportunity, Martinsburg did a nice job in the red zone. So from that side of things, it's been a good job by the Bulldogs. But also, I think this game is really playing the way Bridgeport wanted it to play out in terms of not many opportunities for Martinsburg to make big plays. And besides trailing 7-0, it was a pretty good half for Bridgeport. I think they'll take that effort. So in the second half, they just need to find a way to keep those drives going and not have those little mistakes like penalties or giving up sacks or just having bad plays to put them behind the sticks, because that's when this offense has struggled, when they've been faced with those 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and be backed up, because that's obviously not a situation for a run-first team to have success.
All right, let's go ahead and send it back to the studio. Spencer, hope you're prepared back there. Let's go ahead and take a regular 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we will take a moment to address some of the statistics from our first half. All right, so we will send it back to the studio, and then we will return with more from here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. We are at the intermission, and Martinsburg leads Bridgeport in this semifinal showdown 7-0.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle, or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Mayhem
is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Martinsburg High School, where the Bulldogs have the lead over Bridgeport 7-0. Time for us to take a look at the numbers from our first half. And let's start with Bridgeport, the visiting team, coming in running 28 plays for 95 yards of offense, all 95 on the ground. They attempted just, 2 passes in the first half. One of those was incomplete, and the second pass attempt resulted in the quarterback being sacked for a loss of 7 yards. When you look at third down conversions, 4 of 8, so 50% for Bridgeport. That's right around their average on the season. They are 0 of 1. However, on being able to convert fourth down opportunities. So when you look at it all together, just 1 penalty for 5 yards. They did have one other penalty that was declined by the Bulldogs as Martinsburg took the result of the play. No turnovers. They did turn it over on downs on a 4th and 1 on that opening possession, and then punted 3 times with punts of 26 yards, 24 yards, and 25 yards. But the last 2 punts pinning Martinsburg at their own 12 and again at their own 14-yard line. Individually for Bridgeport, Aiden Paulson has 5 carries for 17 yards. 7 carries for 13 yards for Cameron Cole. And then 12 carries for 78 yards, leading the way for Landon Reppert. 1 carry minus 7 yards for Anthony Spatafor on a pass attempt, and there is 1 team rush for minus 6 yards as there was a bit of a bad snap. 0 of 1 passing the football for Cameron Cole with an incompletion in their second possession. So that is a look at their numbers. Meanwhile, for Martinsburg in the first half, 22 offensive plays for 143 yards, 36 rushing yards, 107 through the air. Martinsburg with 7 first downs are 1 for 3 on third down conversion attempts and 0 for 1 on fourth down. Let's see, 3 penalties, 30 yards whistled against Martinsburg, and the Bulldogs giving up a pair of sacks, as both of those going to the sophomore defensive end, Aiden Sparks, sacking Ezra Bajan for a loss of 4 on one play and a loss of 3 on another. Individually, Bajan 9 of 12 passing for 107 yards and the 11-yard touchdown caught by Hudson Clement. Running the football, 4 carries, 4 yards, and sacked twice. 5 carries for 15 yards for the Bulldog running back, Xavion Kendall, and then 1 carry, 17 yards on an end around or a jet sweep, if you will, for Hudson Clement. Clement leading the receiving corps, 4 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. 1 grab, 7 yards for Cash Gideon, 2 for 32 yards for Jacob Barrick, and 2 catches for Xavion Kendall out of the backfield, accounting for 12 yards. And so that is a look at the numbers in our first half for both of these teams. You can hear the Martinsburg faithful beginning to cheer as the team comes out of the locker room and back to the near sideline. Waiting to see if there may be a chance that Colin is able to speak with Martinsburg head coach Britt Sherman as he gets to the near sideline. Normally we try to get a chance to talk with the coach as he goes into the locker room. However, because of our earlier setup with no power at the station and just the single cell phone picking us up here, no opportunity to talk with the coach. So we'll see if we can get you that interview as we get ready for this second half to get underway. 7-0 Martinsburg, but Nick, I think a very important point to this one is that Martinsburg does get the football to start this second half, and if they could punch it into the end zone and make this a 2-possession game, I think that means a lot for them, as opposed to should Bridgeport be able to shut them down and quickly get the football back.
Yeah, definitely. Like we said during the game, if Martinsburg can build a 14, 20, 21-point lead, then it starts to become very difficult for a run-first football team to come back in that kind of situation. Now, it's not impossible, but certainly, Martinsburg, if not only for confidence, I think, too, because if you go up 14 and your defense has been so good, you got to feel good about that. But just to go up 14 on a team like Bridgeport, who isn't going to strike quickly, at least traditionally, they have the ability to, but don't do it a ton.
All right, we see Coach coming back out now. Let's see if he's got a moment. He does. Let's go ahead and send it down. Colin, take it away.
All right, finally down here with Martinsburg head coach Britt Sherman. Coach, how'd that first half go for you?
Well, we played really well on defense, but just got to make the most of our possessions.
What did you tell your team there in the locker room to get ready for the second half?
Just stay with the plan. Don't panic or anything. We win this half, we're good to go.
Without Murphy Clement tonight, how's the team done without him?
Done well. I mean, we've only had 20 offensive plays, so just trying to settle in and execute.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back up to you.
All right, thank you very much. Colin McLaughlin talking with head coach Britt Sherman as the teams get ready to get our second half underway. And as we mentioned, Martinsburg getting the football to start this second half. Dogs along the near sideline in the black uniforms. Orange lettering, white trim. On that far side in the red pants and the white jersey tops with red lettering and trim is Bridgeport. Bridgeport will kick the football from right to left as we get our second half underway. Back deep, Sherrod Musgrove along with Hudson Clement for the Bulldogs. Putting it on a tee at the 40-yard line. To our right is Colton Miller, listed as just a freshman. He's been punting and lining up now to kick off. And let's see if he squibs, if he pops it up, or if it's even an onside type kick. We've seen Martinsburg with an onside kick earlier. Here is a deep kick. It's going to send Hudson Clement back inside the 10-yard line along the far side numbers. He's up to the 15, tries to slip through a tackle, does there, cuts back to his left, grabbed at the 20-yard line and cannot get away. Taken down right on that 20-yard line.
We don't see a lot of teams kick deep to the Bulldogs because, Musgrove and Clement are both dangerous return men. But, pretty good kick there by Miller and not a bad situation for Bridgeport's defense here. Martinsburg with it on just the 21-yard line.
Aiden Paulson, it looked like, with the great special teams tackle, getting a hold of Clement and just would not let go. So from their own 21, moving from left to right, Bulldog football. Two receivers each way. Ezra Bajan out of the gun, taking a snap. Slings it in the flat on the left side, caught by Xavion Kendall with blockers out in front. He slips a tackle at the 25, spins forward, and looks like he'll get to at least the 26. We'll see where they spot him. A gain of just about 5 yards on that first down play. And if Martinsburg can keep picking up 5 yards a pop, you're going to move the sticks, right?
Yeah, and they ran that play earlier, and that's how they started the first half of a lot of quick passes. So we'll see if that's kind of the formula for the second half.
Second down and 5, play action pass. It's a little bit high, and ouch. That is Hudson Clement taking a big hit from Charlie Brazier as the pass is incomplete. Clement reaching high, stretching for that one, and he is feeling that big hit from Brazier.
Brazier's laid a couple of nice hits there over the middle, but a great effort by Hudson Clement to even get a hand on that football. It was a wide throw and, not afraid to go over the middle, as we know, one of the better possession receivers we've seen all season.
So the Dogs look to the near sideline, getting the play call. Again, two receivers to each side of the formation. Ball along that far side, hash mark. Bajan has the shotgun snap, looks over the middle. Now the pocket collapses. He somehow gets out of it and then gets taken down, sacked on the play. It looks to be a 4-1. That would be Camden Hassa, junior defensive end, who was able to get in there and make that sack. Third sack of the day for this Bridgeport defense.
And Ezra Bajan on the season has only been sacked 7 times. So heading into this game, this is now 3 tonight, so 10 now on the season. And he's not used to seeing a whole lot of pressure, but Bridgeport's doing a good job, especially out of their defensive ends, of while they're a little bit undersized compared to Martinsburg's O-line, they're able to maneuver their bodies and get some pressure on the quarterback.
Jazier Spruce is in to punt the football away. Spruce on the season has one punt for 38 yards. Gets it out of there, kind of an end-over-end kick. Going to bounce at the 44, take a Martinsburg roll across midfield and continuing to roll down to the 45-yard line in Bridgeport territory. Now, how do you like that? The punt does cover 38 yards right at his average with no return. So 10-13 to play here in quarter number 3, and Bridgeport got just what they wanted, a defensive stop, still down by just one score. See what this offense now can do with the football to start our second half. Pretty good field position from their own 45. On first down, 2 backs in the backfield. Snap is back. Straight ahead running again for Landon Reppert. And he's going to have a gain of close to 5 out to the midfield stripe.
Well, we talked a lot about in the pregame how Bridgeport does all this motion and you don't know where the football's going, but probably their best play has been just right up the middle. I mean, that's been where they've had a lot of success with Reppert running hard really all night.
I've got him at 83 yards on 13 carries now with that pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 from midfield. 9:43 and counting in quarter number 3, 7-0 Martinsburg. Again, a split backfield. Snap goes back. That one's taken by the quarterback, if you will. The quarterback is Cameron Cole. He handed it off, and the ball carrier had no place to go. That was Paulson, who they were trying
to, because Martinsburg obviously, stacking the box against this run first Bridgeport team, and they're doing a really nice job of making those tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Again, that split backfield. Snap goes back. That's Reppert, got met in the hole and taken down immediately. Oh, boy. Is that Fagan who got in there? No, that is Hendricks, the initial hit. I saw the 5, couldn't tell if it was a 1-5. No, that's a 7-5. That is Hendricks who hit him and brought him down for a loss of about 2. Punting unit coming on now for Bridgeport. That's a big hit and a big stop. So Miller on to punt the football away. Awaiting that snap. He's got it and barely got that kick out of there. Spiraling kick coming down to Clement at the 20-yard line. Coming towards the middle of the field quickly. Gets spun down there. Just no place for Hudson Clement to go on that return. Good-looking punt that time. That will pick up about 31 yards with maybe a yard on the return, and with 8:13 to play in our third quarter. Martinsburg takes over their second possession of the second half.
So, both teams struggling offensively to begin this half, and the defenses have done a great job on both sides.
And the Dogs right back where they started, the 21-yard line. That's where the first possession of this second half began. Quick pitch in the backfield to Kendall, running to the right, got outside the numbers where he got twisted down by Charlie Brazier. Good open field tackle by Brazier at about the 28.
I think Martinsburg needs more plays like that. They've been able to get to the edge. They've had success. They have a lot of speed, and it's just tough for a lot of teams to defend them on the outside.
Man in motion is Hudson Clement. He's going to take the handoff on the jet sweep and will stay in bounds. Grabbed from behind and then spun down by Phil Reed, the junior linebacker, out beyond the 35 to the 36-yard line. That gain is good for about 9 and a Bulldog first. The 8th of the day for the Dogs. Second time they've run that jet sweep, and it's been successful. 2 carries, 26 yards now for Clement. From the 36-yard line, snap is back. Bajan handing it off. Straight ahead running Xavion Kendall, breaking tackles into the secondary. I think he lost his shoe at the end of the run as he's taken down after the 10-yard gain, and another Bulldog first.
Another nice play by Xavion Kendall. He's at about 3 or 4 where he's just been able to use his speed and make some plays against this Bridgeport defense. Now you bring a fresh Eric King into the game. He's just ran hard all season when he's getting a lot of opportunities.
7 carries, 32 yards now after that 11-yard gain. Deep ball down the middle, wide open. Hudson Clement has it at the 20 and walks into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown on first down and 10 from their own 47. It's Ezra Bajan connecting for a second time tonight with Hudson Clement, this time from 53 yards out, and the Bulldogs add to the lead.
Well, you get that double move. Beautiful pump fake by Bajan in the pocket, and if Hudson Clement gets over top your defense, you're not going to catch number 3 in black. He is just too fast and just too dangerous. Got to find a way to slow him down, and he's made his impact felt on this game.
Well, the two Bulldogs scoring drives have both been just 4 plays. Snap is back. Terwilliger's kick is up and through. 6 minutes, 53 seconds to play in quarter number 3. We take a 60-second break with the Bulldogs now in front, 14-0.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
We give you the scoring drive summary after the ensuing kickoff. Kick along the near side, onside kick, and grabbed by an up man for Bridgeport. Camden Hess, the junior tight-ended defensive end, showing the good hands and taking a hard hit at the 49-yard line. For Martinsburg, 4 plays, 79 yards, took a minute and 20 seconds, 53 yards on the scoring strike. As Bajan and Clement hook up for a second time in this one. Bajan now up to 23 touchdown passes and 19 touchdown catches for Hudson Clement. Now from their own 49, second possession of this third quarter for Bridgeport. 6:51 to play in this one. Snap goes back. Reppert gives a little handoff. Then there's a quick pitch turning the corner on the right side. That's Cole getting to the Bulldog 40-yard line. Roman Pearson out there to help bring him down. I believe Cam Shallis out there as well. They'll mark it actually inside the 40 to the 39, and there's a little trickeration, as you might call it.
Yeah, they ran that play in the first half, and it didn't work. Martinsburg was all over it that time, though. They come back to that pitch. And it's such a tough play to defend because it's hard to locate who has the football.
Yep.
And it worked out well there for Bridgeport. They need to score some points on this drive. We talked about it. They're not really built to come back. There's plenty of time, but 14-0 is a tough deficit for this kind of team.
Oh, it's a pickup of 12. Handoff to Reppert. Ball came free, and let's see who's got it. Wow, Bridgeport comes out of there with it. Able to get on that loose football was Phil Reed. You could see the ball coming free. Reed recovers it, and it ends up being a gain of a yard. So give Reed the carry as he recovers for the 1-yard pickup. Wow, that was nearly disaster.
Well, for a team that doesn't turn it over very much, Bridgeport, while they haven't turned it over, has laid the ball on the turf a few times or had some bad snaps as well.
It's Reppert back there who will take the direct snap, and he very quickly gets taken down. Good push by that Bulldog defensive front, holding their ground. Slack, Fleming, Hendricks. They'll set it at the 36, so that gain was good for 2, and it will bring up 3rd down and about 7.
Yeah, you mentioned it. While none of those guys made the tackle on that play, they are filling their gaps and taking up blockers, allowing those linebackers to come up and make the play in the hole.
On 3rd and long, Cole and Reppert are in the backfield side by side. Snap goes back. Reppert right up the gut, tackled, falling forward down to the 30-yard line. He picks up 6, and you've got to imagine that head coach Tyler Ferris in his first year will have his team go for it here.
Yeah, I think you absolutely have to in this situation. One, it's the identity of your football team. You know, you're a power team. This is a power situation. If you don't get this, you feel like you don't deserve to win the game. And two, you're down 14-0 to Martinsburg. You need to answer the points on this drive.
Paulson and Reppert now split in the backfield, awaiting the snap back. There it is. It's Paulson who gets hit. Oh, put his hand down, maintained his balance, leaned forward before being driven back. They're going to spot it close to that 29. He may have got it on second effort.
Well, it's a great job by Martinsburg just to blitz that A-gap and nearly bring it down the backfield. Second effort might have got the first down. It all just depends on the spot.
Yeah, I think we're going to need a measurement. It is that close, and wow, like what an effort. Because Aiden Paulson got hit around the ankles almost as he was taking that football and getting to the line of scrimmage, and he managed to somehow stay on his feet, and then as he hit the pile, stick the football out there and stretch as far as he could. This is either going to be not gotten by a credit card or gotten by the nose of the football. They stretch it out, and he got it by the nose of the football.
Yeah, it's right on that 29-yard line. Tough to tell exactly if it was a first down. So good measurement there, and it was a first down. So big play there by Bridgeport to keep that drive alive.
Yep, they needed it, and they got it. Big play by Aiden Paulson. So it's first down and 10 after what will now be their 8th first down of the night. 4 minutes and counting in this third quarter, 14-0 Martinsburg. On first and 10, again, that backfield is split. Direct snap to Reppert, straight ahead running. He's going to have a gain of just about 2. So down to the 27, 7th play of the possession coming. Second down and 8. This is where it gets difficult because this is what this offense is designed to do, but down by 2 scores. And, I mean, there's still plenty of time in this football game, but you got to hope that at some point you can break a bigger play. On second down and 8, snap is back. Again, there's that pitch, and Cole trying to find some room to the right, and there's none. Martinsburg was all over that, and Jacob Barrick, the linebacker, grabbed him up around the shoulder pads and slung him down.
Well, it's so hard to outrun this Bulldog defense to the sidelines because that's really what they're built to do, to fly to the football. And while they had success on that pitch play earlier in the game, or earlier I think on this drive, it doesn't work there. And it's a tough play to defend, but if you set the edge, then it can be kind of that play that doesn't really work because it's so much going on.
3rd and 9 after a loss of 1, and the play is blown dead right at the snap of the football, which would lead you to believe it's going to be an offensive penalty. Officials from each side of the field coming together to make sure they confirm, and it will be illegal procedure -5 against Bridgeport. That one hurts, penalized just once in that first half, which was also a procedure penalty.
Well, they were trying, too, to hit Martinsburg with the same look, but a different play. They were going to hand it off and keep the handoff instead of running the pitch, but still fake that pitch, and it might have worked. But, the penalty obviously taking away any opportunity there.
Move it back out to about the 33-yard line. 3rd down and 14. Handoff to the tailback. Coming near side, I believe it's Paulson who manages to work his way down to the 25-yard line before being driven backwards and taken down.
Charlie Brazier, number 33, the ball carrier.
Oh, my apologies. That was a 3-3 on the carry. So that's Charlie Brazier, who we saw with, 1 carry back in that first half. He was able to take that one down to the 25. So picks up about 8 yards. And now it's a 4th down. And you're still looking at about 6 yards needed for a first down. There is the snap back. That is Reppert on the carry, and he's not going to get the first down. Reppert dragging tacklers as far as he could, but gets stopped at around the 21-yard line after a pickup of 4, and Martinsburg will take over on downs.
Yeah, that's a tough play to get those 6-7 yards needed there on 4th down. Just a simple run up the middle. Martinsburg able to get Reppert down, who's a very tough kid to tackle, but that time, good job to wrap him up and get that extra support to bring him down.
1:55 to play in the third. Martinsburg already out in front, 14-0 from their own 22-yard line. Snap is back, and Bajan gives the pitch. Xavier Kendall coming near side to the 25. Hit, spun, and taken down. The mark is progress. It looks like out to about the 26. So 4 yards on that gain, and now 8 carries for about 36 in this ball game for Xavier Kendall, getting a little more involved here in this second half.
I'll tell you this. Charlie Brazier, he's not very big, but he's tough. I mean, he comes up again there from his safety position to lay a nice hit. He had a hard run. He's had some big hits, throughout this ball game.
Ball on the near side, hash mark, a receiver screen to this short side, caught by Cash Gideon, breaking tackles, cutting back across the middle of the field. He's to the midfield stripe, slips the tackle there. Far side numbers at the 40, cutting back to his right at the 35, gets inside the 30, and then taken down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, but I think we have a hold or a block in the back going against the Bulldogs as Cassius Gideon made that cut toward the middle. The flag came in.
It's back at the 31-yard line. Oh, illegal man downfield for Martinsburg. Britt Sherman hollering out either at the official or at one of his linemen about that situation. Now he's talking to the official.
Well, when that flag was thrown, it seemed kind of late to be a legal man.
Yeah, he said it's a wide receiver screen. That pass came out immediately. The Bulldog faithful not liking it either. It's going to be from the original line of scrimmage, -5 for the illegal man downfield. And for the Bulldogs, their first penalty of the second half, and it will be their fourth for 35 yards on the day. So move it back to about the 21-yard line, and a second down and just about 11. Pitch in the backfield to Xavier Kendall, coming to this near sideline, gets forced out of bounds at about the 28.
That's just one of those plays that try to set up a third and manageable, and it works again because they've had good blocking on the edge, and obviously Kendall very quick, able to get to that outside.
Well, and it does make it very manageable. A third and roughly 4 yards to go for the first down. The Dogs just 1 of 4 on third down conversions, though, in this one. Has Rabajan out of the shotgun, has that snap, throws the out, and it's caught. Hudson Clements will have the first down as he stepped out of bounds trying to wrestle away from Brazier. Mark it at the 34-yard line, and that gain is going to be good for 6, and again, a Bulldog first.
Well, everybody knows third down, number 3's getting the football most likely, and you still can't stop him. I mean, Hudson Clement, whether he's lined up in the slot, lined up on the outside, he's just a very good receiver, very good possession wide receiver, and continues to get open, especially in crucial situations.
Receiver screen near side, Cash Gideon with the catch, hit and quickly taken out of bounds. It's one of the big fellas, 62, coming across and making that tackle. That's a pickup of just 2 yards. Second down and 8 coming now from the 36-yard line. Clock continues to wind. 37 seconds left in our third quarter. I'll tell you, a very nice night for Ezra Bajan. 13 of 17 for 173 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Xavier Kendall getting the carry. Gets tripped up very quickly on the play. Looks like they'll spot his progress to the 38. So that's a 2-yard gain for Kendall, and it's a 3rd and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Camden Hess did a nice job of filling that hole.
Bajan awaiting that shotgun snap. It's down to 8 seconds on the clock in this third quarter. I'm not sure Martinsburg wants to snap it. Down to 2, down to 1. They do snap it. They fake the screen on the near side, throw deep, looking for Hudson Clement through his hands and incomplete. Pretty good coverage on this near side as well from Tyler Martin. If there's just a little more air under that one, he might be able to go get it. But Martin was able to get back and make the defensive play. That'll be the final play of quarter number 4. And we will head to the fourth quarter when we come back with Martinsburg leading Bridgeport 14-0.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078. This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
Here we go, Martinsburg heading out onto the field. Facing a 4th down and about 6 yards to go for a first. Football is at their own 38-yard line. You imagine with King in there as a back and Bajent as the quarterback in the shotgun, probably going to see that pooch punt out of there. We'll wait and see. Snap is back and Bajent does kick it away. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to take a nice Martinsburg roll all the way down to the 29-yard line. So there you go. Bajent with that quick kick or pooch kick, able to pick up about 33 yards on that one.
It didn't look good, but it took a nice roll, and Martinsburg will certainly take that.
That's it. It's not always how it looks, but
how it turns out.
That's it. What the end result is. Maybe that's the way to say it. So from their own 29, 1st and 10 coming for Bridgeport, 11:51 to play in this one, and they really need to get something going down by a pair of scores. Hey, quick shout out thanks to we got some listeners understand in California and in Mexico and in North Carolina, some other places across the U.S., and a shout out to Gene Watson, who is listening and watching right here in Martinsburg. Gene, thank you for your support. Watching Martinsburg football all season long here on TV10 and WRNR-TV on YouTube. Rappert taking the direct snap and looking for some running room, and there just is not much. Oh, my stand corrected. That's Paulson. So there you go. Got to keep an eye on that football, right? You got to know who's got it at all times. I would have just blown my assignment, and Coach Sherman would have been fussing at me. My teammates helped me out, though. It was a gain of just 2 out to the 31-yard line as Paulson picks up 2 on that carry. 2nd down and 8. Snap is back, and that is Cole trying to turn the far side, and Cameron Cole able to get across the 35 and goes down at about the 37-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain. 3rd and 2 coming. One of those times where they try to get outside. A lot of the runs, most of the runs, as a matter of fact, have been more inside the tackles.
Yeah, that's where they've had their success, but obviously Martinsburg was able to stop it on that first play, so trying to mix it up, go to the outside here, and it's a crucial 3rd down.
The Bulldog faithful calling for that defense. Split backfield. There's the snap back, and Rappert keeps it this time. Again, they did the fake on that play that we have seen a number of times where Rappert will turn and hand it off to Phil Reed, and then Reed will give the pitch to Cole coming to the outside. In this case, Rappert takes it out to the 44 for a 7-yard gain.
And one thing that makes the single wing so efficient for this Bridgeport team is all their guys carry out their fakes. You know, they don't go through it lazily. They not only run it well when they actually run the play, but they also run it well when they're not and trying to fake out the defense, and that's what makes it effective.
I've got Rappert at 102 yards now on 19 carries for the evening. Here is the pitch, and it is Cameron Cole coming near side, and down he goes. Sarad Musgrove coming up as a defensive back, and the linebacker, Jacob Barrett, coming over. They combine to make the tackle at the 49-yard line.
Well, we talked about it earlier.
I just want to correct you. 44-yard line. He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, man, how against this offense, you need your guys in the secondary to tackle, and Sarad Musgrove, not the biggest guy, but he goes low and he wraps up and makes a great hit there on the outside.
So second down and 10 coming. Clock winding, 9:25 and counting, and Martinsburg up by 2 scores, 14-0. Snap is back. That's Paulson looking for running room to the left, and again, there is none. Oh, tremendous job. Waiting to see the young man who was down on his back to fill that hole, and that's E.J. Hendricks, I believe. No, that is Aiden Fleming. 7-0, not 7-5. That defensive front doing a tremendous job. That stop coming at the 46 after just 2 yards.
And we knew, once Martinsburg started to get comfortable, it would be even tougher to run on the Bulldogs. It's been pretty tough all game, but now at this point, they're pretty used to this offense. And with only 8:40 to go in this one, down 14, it'll certainly be tough if Bridgeport can't break off some big plays.
Bridgeport going to burn a timeout. This is a crucial play coming up here with the 3rd down and 8. Let's send it back to the studio, take just a 30-second break, and then return to see how this one plays out with 8:40 left in the contest and Martinsburg in front 14-0.
The West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission.
The Mid-Atlantic Group has been serving the area's insurance needs for 40 years. We are an independent insurance agency, therefore we can offer insurance from many insurance companies. Find the right coverage at the right price with Easy Payment Plan. Located at 201 West Martin Street in Martinsburg, the Mid-Atlantic Group is easily accessible from Morgan, Jefferson, and Berkeley County. To set up an appointment with a local insurance professional, give them a call today at 304-267-8989. That's the Mid-Atlantic Group at 201 West Martin Street in Martinsburg. Let them help insure you today.
For the Martinsburg Bulldogs, they are looking to collect their 35th consecutive playoff home victory and what would be their 20th consecutive playoff victory since the start of the 2016 season. You look at the playoff scoring from 2016 till now, 1,028 to 159, what Martinsburg has outscored their opponents in postseason action since 2016. Here we go, Bridgeport out of the timeout. They want to throw the football, and it's deep along the near side, and in and out of the hands of the intended target. Polatsky had it in his hands, but Sirad Musgrove was right there to help knock it away. And Musgrove, the leading defensive back for the Bulldogs, the sophomore now with 16 pass breakups.
Yeah, I think you had to know that the pass was a very good possibility there because they took a timeout. And they wanted to try to catch Martinsburg off guard, and it was good coverage there by Musgrove. You had a chance, though, to make that catch, and those are plays you got to make, especially in state semifinal games.
So they may break their normal routine for how many times they throw in a game. That was their second. They may have to throw here. Snap is back, and again, it's the same play, and that one knocked away again. Sirad Musgrove, tremendous coverage on Nathan Lotsky, and the pass attempt from Cameron Cole incomplete, and the Bulldogs take over on downs. Oh boy, this Bulldog defense has been lights out these last 2 weeks in particular. Outscoring opponents 118 to 26 through 2 prior playoff games this year.
And really, 20 of those came against the backup defense.
Yeah.
So you could say that they've only given up 6 points this postseason, at least the starters.
8:30 left in this one from the 46 of Bridgeport. Martinsburg football after the turnover on downs. Hudson Clement comes in motion, takes the handoff on the jet sweep. Penalty marker is down as Clement goes down.
Might get Chalice here for a hold on the outside.
Whoa, illegal procedure against Martinsburg. So now we'll see whether Coach Ferris wants the penalty or not. I think he's going to decline it, and he will. So no gain on the end around. It's been success. 2 carries, 26 yards on that end around for Clement prior to that. From the 46-yard line now, a 2nd down and 10 coming for Martinsburg. 8:20 and counting in this one. 14-0, the Dogs out in front. Snap is back. Bajan swings it in the flat on this left side to Xavion Kendall. Nice job by Kendall to stay in bounds and work downfield as he gets stopped and then driven backwards. They'll spot him, it looks like, around the 42. So roughly 4 yards on the gain will bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Well, Martinsburg hasn't ran a whole lot of complicated plays. You can tell that their offense might be a little bit limited without Murphy Clement in terms of creativity, but these plays have worked well, and again, they run that swing pass. It's an effective play. It gets you, 4 or 5 yards almost every time they ran it. So, they're finding other ways to have success without Murphy Clement in the ballgame.
7.5 minutes left. Handoff going to the big fella. That's King out there in the backfield, and Eric King gets hit immediately and taken down on the play. But right now, Martinsburg more concerned about what is happening on that scoreboard, and that's the clock continuing to wind.
4th down.
No gain on that play, and the Dogs will face a 4th down and about 6. See if Bajent will pooch kick it away, or perhaps even if Martinsburg will go ahead and just run the play clock down and then call a timeout. Dogs line up as though they may actually go for it, and they will. Bajent wants to throw, looking down the middle, lets it go. It is caught, coming from right to left. Hudson Clement grabs it and is tackled at the 30-yard line. Brazier on the stop, but it's good for the Bulldog first down. 12 yards on the pass completion on a 4th down and 6.
3rd down or 4th down, number 3's getting the ball, and he makes a play. Hudson Clement throughout this ball game, just so clutch for Martinsburg, really throughout the season, but especially tonight when they've needed him most. He's been there for Ezra Bajent, and Bridgeport just doesn't have an answer.
From the 30-yard line now on a 1st and 10, receiver screen near side, Cash Gideon with the catch, splitting defenders and through a couple of blockers as well, down inside the 20, mark him at the 18-yard line. 12 more yards on that pass completion.
Well, Gideon, he had that big completion that was called back, and it was on that similar, wide receiver screen, so he's been involved a lot in the offense, at least for what he typically does, and has made some nice plays.
Bajent awaiting that shotgun snap, hands it off to Xavion Kendall, who was in that pistol formation, slipping through tackles. He's to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone for the Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. Oh, nice run. Xavion Kendall right up the middle, cutting to his right, breaking tackles and taking it in from 18 yards.
Yeah, that's when Xavion Kendall, it seems as the game goes on, he just is eventually going to break a big play against the defense, and he just keeps running hard, keeps using his speed, and eventually there he's tough to tackle in space. He breaks off that tackle and gets into the end zone.
I got him up to 63 yards now after that 18-yard touchdown run. And Terwilliger with the PAT, 6:12 to play in this one. Back in 60 with Martinsburg in front, 21-0.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Give you that scoring drive summary after Terwilliger's kickoff. He approaches and pops it up along the near side. And that football still in play. Hudson Clement had a chance to almost make an over-the-shoulder catch. It would have been Bulldog football. Instead, it hit the turf, hit his foot, and goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. For the Bulldogs, a 6-play, 46-yard drive in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. 18 yards on the touchdown run for Xavion Kendall, his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Bulldog lead now out to 3 scores, 21-0.
Yeah, Hudson Clement almost had a chance to kind of track that football and make that catch in bounds, and that would have completely sealed this one. Obviously, with 6 minutes here and a 21-point deficit, it's going to be very tough. But give credit to Martinsburg, just fighting through this game and continuing to make it hard on this Bridgeport offense to really do much besides that drive early on. It hasn't been much success.
They will line up 1st and 10 from their own 35. Again, that split backfield. Landon Reppert taking the direct snap. Coming here over the right side of his line. Gets out to the 39-yard line. Chalice in there along with Herring. Musgrove as well helping to make that stop. Pickup of about 4 yards. Tell you, this young man has had himself a senior season. I've got 20 carries, 106 yards in this one. Reppert has been the workhorse. 2nd down and 6. Clock winding, nearing 5:30 left. Snap goes back. Running to the right. Look to be Paulson. My apologies. Aiden Paulson on that carry. And Paulson able to get out close to the 44. About the 43 and a half, so still about 1.5 yards left for the 1st down. So Paulson, we'll say, picks up 5. 26 yards on 9 carries unofficially for him. Again, that split backfield snap is back. This is Cameron Cole. Cole heading towards that far side, able to cut it up and pick up the 1st down.
It's a good run. He kept his legs turning, able to break off that tackle and then get the 1st down, have the awareness to know that he had to cut that one up. And really, Cole's been limited. And I saw him play last year when Bridgeport played Huntington, and he was a pretty tough guy for the Highlanders to slow down, but Martinsburg's done a really nice job on him, and besides Reppert having some good runs, they've done a great job against this defense.
On 1st down and 10, deep ball down the middle. Lotsky had it in his hands but could not hang on to it as Roman Pearson was able to separate the ball in his hands. It drops to the turf, an incomplete pass.
Lotsky's had a couple of those where he's had opportunities to make some big plays, but Martinsburg's secondary, breaking up those balls at the last second. There, Roman Pearson. We've seen Sherrod Musgrove have some pass breakups. So these DBs for Martinsburg, again, they're down Murphy Clement. He's not out there. They've already had injuries with Kai Walker, but these guys have stepped up and done a great job.
Snap is back, and on the carry, straight ahead running. Reppert's getting to that Bulldog 48-yard line. So that gain good for just about 5, and a 3rd and 5 will be coming. Clock continuing to wind, and not going to be enough time to come back in this one for this Bridgeport offense. Down by 3 scores. We're down to 4 minutes left. From that Bulldog 48-yard line, ball carrier pushing forward, getting down close. Let's wait to see where they're going to spot him. That was Paulson getting to the 44, so a gain of about 4, and it will bring up 4th down and 1.
Huntington leading Cabell Midland 30-15 in the 4th quarter, so it looks like it's going to be 1 versus 2 for the state championship.
So the seedings prove true. There's a pitch in the backfield coming here to the near side. Cameron Cole tripped up and taken down after a couple of yard gain, but that's more than what he needed. It was a 4th down and 1. Spotted down inside the 42. He has a gain of about 2.5. So 1st down and 10. Right up the middle, it's Reppert again. He's going to get inside of the Bulldog 40, down to about the 38-yard line. That gain good for roughly 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming. Snap is back. Inside handoff going to Paulson. Paulson trying to break the tackle of Hudson Clement, who eventually is able to hang on to him and get some help. Stop comes at the 29-yard line. That gain good for about 9 yards.
And this feels a lot like that Spring Valley scoring drive. That one obviously coming in the 3rd quarter, and this one coming toward the end of this ball game. But, I mean, Martinsburg they'll take a timeout, but they'll let this clock run and with the 21-point lead.
All right, timeout Martinsburg. Let's again take just a 30-second break, and then we will return where we have just 2:49 left in this one in Martinsburg out in front of Bridgeport, 21-0.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
The final 2:49 to come off the clock. That's all that separates Martinsburg from another trip to Wheeling Island Stadium, where it looks like a rematch of the 2013 state championship when Martinsburg beat Huntington 9-7. On first down and 10, Cameron Cole back to throw, deep over the middle, a diving attempt at the goal line, but off the fingertips again of Lotsky. He is their leading receiver coming in, 8 catches on the season, 281 yards and 5 touchdowns. They just have not been able to connect yet in this one.
Yeah, and that time more so on the quarterback than the receiver. The receivers had some chances to make some catches, and he hasn't hauled them in. Cole led him a little bit too much. Again, it could have been completed, but I think that one a much tougher grab than earlier. Probably the most open he's been, too.
Here is the give. This time Aiden Paulson looking for running room to the left, and there is just none there. Martinsburg getting 3 defenders to make that tackle at the 29. That's right back at the line of scrimmage. It's a 3rd and 10 coming. With that tackle inbounds, the clock continues to wind as we're down to 2:20 and counting. 12th play of this possession that started at the 6:10 mark of this fourth quarter. Snap is back and straight ahead. That's Reppert getting a little opening and then just powering his way through that secondary. Mark him down to the 21. That is an 8-yard gain and a 4th and 2 now staring at Bridgeport. And this is, in all intent and purposes, the ball game. Not that, frankly, it's not already decided with Martinsburg in front 21-0, and I think the Bulldogs made the stop straight ahead, trying to get that first down. Reppert, and that's Slack who comes out of there feeling pretty good about himself. They set it down pretty much right at the 20, and he didn't get it. Bulldog football on the turnover on downs.
And while it doesn't matter if Martinsburg got that stop in terms of probably the outcome of this ball game, I think it matters that Martinsburg's going to the state championship coming off of a shutout and only giving up 6 points to Spring Valley, who's arguably a top 5 team in the state, and Bridgeport, who actually is a top 5 team in terms of the rankings coming in. A very good Bridgeport team that had just put up 74 points a week ago, getting shut out here by the Bulldogs. I think that makes a statement heading into the state championship game.
Absolutely. 1:40 left in this one as the Bulldogs will take over from their own 21-yard line. Ezra Bajan handing it off right up the middle. It is Xavion Kendall. He's going to get to the 24 for a pickup of 3, and the clock continues to wind. The Martinsburg Bulldogs are going to make their way back to Wheeling Island Stadium, where technically they're playing for the 5th consecutive state championship decided on the field, because last year's title was a gimme to the last team standing thanks to the COVID color map. Martinsburg, I think, feeling a little bit of that after last year, using it as some motivation coming into this year. 2nd down, 7 from the 24. Power pistol to the left. Bajan taking that snap, handing it off. That's King. King coming here to this left side. Moves to about the 28-yard line. That gain will be good for 4 yards on just his 2nd carry of the evening. 3rd down and 3. And let's see, Martinsburg, will they have to run another play? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's pretty much even.
Yeah, it looks very, very even.
Play clock.
So the Dogs waiting. Now the snap back. Yep, Ezra Bajan will drop to a knee, and the final seconds will tick off of the clock, and the Martinsburg Bulldogs are once again headed to Wheeling, going back for a state championship matchup, it looks like, with Huntington. That'll be next Saturday afternoon at Wheeling Island Stadium. Martinsburg headed to the title game for a 13th time and looking to win their 9th championship, and it would be 9 in a row as they won 4 straight in 2010, 11, 12, and 13, and then won 4 straight in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. Did not get the chance to win last year because of that COVID color map, but the Dogs headed back again with a chance to bring home yet another state title. All right, let's take a 2-minute timeout. Then when we come back, we'll get a chance to hear from head coach Britt Sherman as we get into our post-game show. Final score from here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. It's Martinsburg 21 and Bridgeport nothing.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
WVU Medicine is now offering a new robotic-assisted platform for minimally invasive biopsy in the lung. The ION system by Intuitive allows pulmonologists to diagnose lung cancers earlier and less invasively than ever before. With the ION system, tissue samples can be obtained from hard-to-reach areas of the lung, resulting in earlier diagnosis of smaller nodules and better outcomes for patients. WVU Medicine, the future of surgery is here.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
290. That's why I don't trust my math. All right, we welcome you back in here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. I am tallying up some numbers, so I'll put my socks and shoes back on and my gloves, and we'll be ready to go as all the digits, well, at least half the digits are counted. I still got to do the Bridgeport side, but Martinsburg breaking that team huddle in just a moment, and that'll give us a chance to send it down to Colin and get some thoughts from head coach Britt Sherman after this one as Martinsburg gets the semifinal victory 21-0 over the Bridgeport Indians, and the Bulldogs are headed back to the state championship game. Along with Nick Verzolini, I'm Matt Miller. Isaiah Horner, Harry Brown, Colin McLaughlin running cameras. John Alderton, our on-site producer. Spencer Dupuis is back at the studio. Thanks to so many for bearing with us through a first half that we did through a straight cell phone broadcast from here with a power outage back along Eagle School Road. And now things are, back to normal for our second half and back to normal for Martinsburg, headed back to Wheeling. All right, I think we've got the coach, so let's send it down. Colin, take it away.
All right, Matt and Nick down here with Britt Sherman again after the win. You're finally heading back to States. How's it feel, Coach?
Feels really good. I mean, I'm just proud of these guys and just the effort that they gave, the focus, concentration this week to be able to play like they played tonight.
Defense really stepped up, put the shutout on Bridgeport. What's it mean to you seeing them absolutely dominate out here on the gridiron?
I'm just really proud of them. I mean, the guys up front, we questioned their toughness this week, told them, this single wing offense is going to is going to challenge your toughness and how tough are you. And they really rose to the occasion and did a great job.
All right, the final game of the season for the state championship. How are you going to gear up the team?
Well, we're going to prepare for it like we do every other game, and we're going to focus and just getting our scouting reports, watch our film, and see what we can do to whoever it is we play.
All right, Coach Sherman, congrats on the win. Go celebrate with your team. Thank you so much this season.
Oh, one thing, I'd like to thank Matt Miller for all he's done for us over the years. He announced me when I played here. Appreciate you, Matt Miller.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back up to you, Matt and Nick.
Coach, thank you very much. That just shows how old I am. Yeah, I called his games when he first came here to Martinsburg, and now getting a chance to call a game as he gets a chance now as a head coach to take the Martinsburg Bulldogs to Wheeling Island Stadium. Has been there numerous times as an assistant coach under former head coach David Walker, but now it is Britt Sherman's opportunity, and this coaching staff has done a tremendous job getting this team together, ready to go, and finishing out what has been a very challenging regular season. And, Nick, I tell you, one of the things that I thought about, I even brought it up today earlier on the Sports Mix with you guys, I think that schedule for Martinsburg had them ready to play in a tough, hard-fought, tight game like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they played the toughest schedule in the state of West Virginia this year, and, they battled through a lot of good teams to get to this point. So, they're ready. They've been battle-tested. And playing a team like Bridgeport, who's very physical up front, they were able to match that physicality and probably be the more physical team tonight. And that obviously helped lead to this victory. And again, it looks like Huntington's going to be the team that they'll face in Wheeling, a team that's made vast improvements from last year. They were 3-6 a year ago. They were a young football team, undefeated this year, and they went through a pretty tough in-state schedule. Mm-hmm. So it should be a really good game next week for the state championship, and looking forward to that one.
All right, let's quickly recap how this one played out, as Martinsburg would get the only points of the first half with 10:18 to play in the second quarter. It was a 4-play, 57-yard drive capped by an 11-yard touchdown pass. Ezra Bajan connecting with Hudson Clement. That was a wide receiver screen. Good downfield blocking, and he went in for the score. That would be our score heading into the second half, when Martinsburg would strike first. Second possession of that second half, and the Bulldogs again put together a 4-play drive, 79 yards in a minute and 20 seconds, 53 yards on the scoring strike, as Bajan would again connect with Clement. It would be 14-0 going into that fourth quarter, when with 6:12 remaining, it was Xavier Kendall with a very sweet 18-yard run up the middle. He found pay dirt to cap a 6-play, 46-yard, 2-minute, 18-second drive, 21-0. And that would be the final, as Martinsburg would do a great job defensively, pitching the shutout and picking up the win to advance to the state championship, as the Bulldogs now are 12-1 on the season, and the identical record for the Bridgeport Indians, wrapping up an outstanding season at 12-1, falling here in the semifinals. Let's send it back to the studio. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and run some of the numbers from this one. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case. We're going to lay out the options that you have. all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
All right, we welcome you back again here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from this one. Let's start with Bridgeport. First half, we had them at 95 yards on 28 plays. In the second half, we've got 102 yards on 32 plays. That is 60 offensive plays for 197 yards. That is a stellar performance from this Bulldog defense to slow down a Bridgeport offense that came in averaging 437 rushing yards a game.
Yeah, I mean, it really started with them not allowing Bridgeport to set the tone and control the time of possession throughout this ball game, and it was a great job by that Martinsburg D-line and even the linebackers and the DBs, too, having to step up and make tackles was really important for them. They set that edge, and they didn't allow guys like Cam Cole to really get to the perimeter at all. They allowed some runs up the middle, but you know, if you keep running up the middle, it's tough to do that consistently and have a lot of success, and that obviously proved throughout this ball game. And as Martinsburg got more used to that single wing offense, their defense just got stronger and stronger.
All of those 197 yards on the ground, 0 passing yards, as there was one quarterback sack, and the quarterback Cameron Cole finishing this one at 0 for 5 passing. You're talking about 12 first downs unofficially for Bridgeport. We had them going 6 of 16 on third down conversions, 2 of 6 on fourth down conversions. They were penalized just twice for 10 yards in this football game. Individually, Landon Reppert, how about his night? 23 carries, 124 yards. He had a solid effort, did everything that he could to help lead his team in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he was Bridgeport's offense. When they got anything going, it was with Reppert running hard up the middle, whether there was a big hole or him just carrying guys on his back. You know, he was their most successful offensive player, and he had, you know, a really great effort. He's been a great player all year for Bridgeport, and you know, he showed that he could play against some of the top teams in the state, or one of the top teams in the state of Martinsburg.
Hayden Paulson, 12 carries for 39 yards, and then 14 carries for 58 yards. Let me read that correctly. No, 38. So that's 15 carries for 38 yards on the evening, what I would have for Cameron Cole. All right, let's go to the Martinsburg Bulldogs. 22 plays, 143 yards in the first half, 22 for 147 yards in the second half. That is 44 plays for 290 yards of offense. 89 came on the ground and 201 through the air. Very good night for Ezra Bajan. We'll be talking about him probably a little more later on here in our post-game show. But, again, the Dogs tonight held well below their regular average. Let's give it to that Bridgeport defense. They came up with some big plays. They came up with some big defensive stops, including Martinsburg on a fourth down at the 7-yard line going in. Just not enough of those stops as Martinsburg found pay dirt 3 times to win 21-0.
Yeah, they did some good things defensively, did Bridgeport, throughout this game. You know, only allowing 21 points to a Martinsburg team. It doesn't happen very often, but a lot of that, I think, had to do with just how this game played out. It was time of possession and a limited possession ball game. And Martinsburg, at the end of the day, kind of like in the Spring Valley game where Spring Valley had some opportunities, they took advantage of their opportunities. Bridgeport did not, and that ultimately was the difference, is that while they were limited in their possessions and total points and total yardage, they still, you know, found ways to score and found a way to not allow Bridgeport to have a whole lot of success.
We had the Bulldogs at 13 first downs in this one. Martinsburg 2 of 8 on third down conversions, 1 of 2 on fourth down conversions, and the Bulldogs penalized 4 times for 35 yards. a well-played game. Neither one of these teams had a turnover in this one. It was just what you would expect with two very good traditions meeting in the semifinals as Martinsburg gets that 21-0 victory. Individual numbers, Bajan 16-21, 201 yards, throws for a pair of touchdowns. Xavion Kendall 11 carries, 63 yards. He had a touchdown run, 3 carries, 26 yards for Hudson Clement, and Clement also had a pretty good receiving evening as he had 4 catches, 56 yards in that first half, and in the second half added that 53-yard touchdown reception along with another 6-yard reception, and a 12-yarder in there as well. So you're talking well over 100 receiving yards for Hudson Clement, and finding pay dirt twice in this one. So there you go, just a few of the numbers from this one. The big number, Martinsburg 21-0 gets the win over Bridgeport and advances to the state championship game. All right, one final 2-minute timeout. We will come back and wrap up our portion of the postgame before sending it back to the studio where Spencer Dupuis is standing by with our Extra Point postgame scoreboard show. We do know Huntington and Martinsburg will meet next week. More on that when we come back. It's West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $9.
Back one final time here at Martinsburg High School as we wrap up this 2021 season, and a big win for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, 21-0 over Bridgeport. And next up, it is the state championship game. Before we get to that, just one award that we will give out this evening. This broadcast has been anything but normal on this final broadcast that we have for this season. But let's give out our Player of the Game award. We haven't discussed this in any way, shape, or form, so I'm not 100% sure which direction, Nick, you want to go. But I know where I'm leaning. Let's see if we agree or if we may split this award.
I have about 2 players, so I'm going to go with Ezra Bajan as my player of the game. I think his 201 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and not turning the football over was a huge part of this win. You could throw out a few other names, but I'm going to go with Ezra. I think stepping up to, having to take all the snaps at quarterback without Murphy Clement, so that's the first time he's done that this season, and he played a really efficient ball game and made some key throws.
There you go. Hudson, you had to talk about as well the way that Clement came out and well over 100 receiving yards and a couple of receiving touchdowns. The way he carried on those couple of jet sweeps. Clearly, Hudson Clement had an opportunity to be named that player of the game as well. But I'm with you. I was thinking all along, Ezra Bajan really came out and did a tremendous job in this game, ran the offense, ran it efficiently, made plays, made good passes, as you said, didn't turn the football over. Tremendous effort, and as a result, he is our player of the game. So there you go. The Martinsburg Bulldogs now advance to face Huntington. They met in 2013, 9-7 was the final in that one as Martinsburg got the win. We'll see if the next one is as close, as that game will again be next week. That will be Saturday afternoon, 12 noon kick at Wheeling Island Stadium. And once again, for those that aren't aware, that wraps it up for us here as that state championship is handled by the Metro News Radio Network out of Morgantown. And so if you want to find that game next week, you will have to check their website, wvmetronews.com, and they will have all of the information as to how you can catch the action from there at Wheeling Island Stadium. And we will be following the Bulldogs. I know you guys will be talking about it throughout the week on the Sports Mix, and we'll have reaction after that championship game. But once again, next weekend, we will not have that Martinsburg championship game for you here on Talk Radio WRNR or on TV10, as again that is handled through the WVSS AC and the WV Metro News Network. All right, that wraps it up. Man, it has been a lot of fun. Hard to believe how quickly this season has gone by. Very competitive season for the Bulldogs, and they're right back where I think everyone expected them to be, going back to that state championship.
Yep, and before we wrap it up, Matt, just want to thank you for all you've done for these past 29 years as the play-by-play voice of the Bulldogs for WRNR and TV10, and also just thank you for what you've done to kind of allow Spencer and I to take over here, and what you kind of helped us with, and, of course, running camera and doing really
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Politicians in Washington are pushing a government takeover of Americans' energy consumption. They call it infrastructure. But it's just another bait and switch to enact Green New Deal policies that lead to fewer jobs, higher taxes, and more expensive utility bills for West Virginians. President Biden's so-called infrastructure plans would cost trillions, create a new tax on natural gas, move us closer to banning gas-powered vehicles, and create a crippling California-style renewable energy mandate, all while doing little, if anything, to improve the environment. West Virginians have proudly helped power our nation for decades, and we know the way to improve the environment is through innovation, not government mandates. Senator Manchin can defend our West Virginia values by stopping this extreme partisan power grab. Ask Senator Manchin to keep his promise. Go to wvvalues.org to learn how.
Well, what a day it has been at WRNR, Talk Radio WRNR. Matt Miller signed off for the final time tonight. Shout out to him, 29 years of great service as the Martinsburg Bulldogs play-by-play broadcaster, and thankful to him for all he has taught me in these last few months. The feed cut out there just like this whole day here. Nothing wants to happen at Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, but we'll just have the Extra Point post-game scoreboard show for you as the Martinsburg Bulldogs get the 21-0 shutout over Bridgeport and go on to Wheeling again. And as Matt said, I believe 5 times technically in a row they will go for the state championship on the gridiron. And they will face number 1 Huntington as they got the 37-15 win over number 5 Cabell Midland. That's the AAA bracket. Let's look at the AA bracket. That state championship is defined as well as number 2 Independence beat number 14 Bluefield 34-20 earlier today. And then tonight, number 16 Fairmont Senior beats number 5 Poca 41-7. So a 16 will face a 2 in AA. And let's go down to single A as one game final from earlier today. Number 6 Williamstown beat number 2 Doddridge County 43-0. And tomorrow the final semifinal game will happen tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 p.m. at Ritchie County, as number 8 Wheeling Central is at number 4 Ritchie County to fight for the final spot in all 3 of the state championships. That will do it for us back here at the studio. Again, shout out to Matt Miller, signed off for the final time after 29 years of service as the Martinsburg play-by-play broadcaster. Can't be thankful for him enough. And that'll do it for the Extra Point post-game scoreboard show. We'll talk to you on Monday on the Sports Mix and trying to get Britt Sherman, head coach of the Bulldogs, on that as well. So for the crew back at the stadium, we'll have to give a shout-out to them, as we'll have to give a shout-out to Matt Miller, Nick Verzolini, John Alderton, Colin McLaughlin, Harry Brown, and Isaiah Horner back there, as most of them didn't have a lot to do during the first half of the game, but thankfully we were able to get power restored here at Talk Radio WRNR, and thankful to the power guys out there working late. And that does it for this broadcast of Martinsburg Bulldog football. Again, we will not have that state championship game, but we'll have reaction on Monday. Tune in from 12 to 1 and 5 to 6. On Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 for the Sports Mix. That's been Spencer Dupuis signing off for Martinsburg Bulldog football. They get the 21-0 shutout of Bridgeport, and they're heading to the state championship next Saturday to take on the number 1 Huntington Highlanders.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, The Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Friends of Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, The Medch and Ferretti Law Firm, Kelly Allstate Agency, Milestone Realty, Miller Honda, The Mid-Atlantic Group, The Mirius Group, Orsini's Home Store, The Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford, Rocks, Spring Valley Farm Market, Sunset Car Wash, The Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, Smallwood and Small Insurance, and WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.
Home helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
See that Honda badge? It reveals more than the Ridgeline's maker. It's a testament to endurance and Honda ingenuity. So when the terrain ahead is full of challenges, brace yourself. The Honda Ridgeline is about to amaze you. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Ridgeline.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
When you do the same thing for 135 years, you learn to do it well. For 135 years, we've been helping families through the hardest times of their lives. That's because we're a family as well. When your family loses a loved one, we're here to help. We're Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
Whether you're heading to a high school, college, or professional football game, Johnny's has all your tailgating go-tos. Delicious wings, meatballs, shrimp, burgers, and dogs. Plus, Johnny's has everything you need to serve it all up. Party trays, utensils, plates, cups, and more. Stop by either of our 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.